Hello and welcome everyone again into another video, and today's video I am going to rebuild my Hydra teams, show you how you should be building your Hydra teams, because again and again, like, people are just doing way more damage, which means we have to do way more damage as well. Otherwise, we cannot win Clash Hydra. And believe it or not, Clash Hydra is still relevant. There is a Primal Shard. There is 1 or 2 mythical books. By the way, it's better to get mythical books than Primal Shards here, because this is one of the rarest places that you can get a mythical book. Plus, you get some mythical accessories. And I think this is the only way to get mythical accessories as far as I'm aware. Can we get mythical accessories here? Yes, we can. So these are the only 2 places where we can get this. And mythical accessories are kind of nice, especially if you are able to get a banner with like Pentas, speed, or like any Penta stats. Same goes for the rank. Like, you do need those stats. So I know like Hydra is not the most interesting content for anyone, but it's still a good content. And I'm just gonna start with the lowest difficulty. So real quick guys, get yourself a free legendary Narma by clicking the link in my description. You will also get 3 amazing epics: Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. All you need to do is, number 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Number 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Number 4, go to your inbox and claim the champion. So don't miss out on the great chance to get Narma and 3 very strong epics. So make sure to click my link before it expires. How do you build your Hydra teams? First, you need to look into what are like your best Hydra damage dealers. And some of those are actually fusions. So Crowcat, as an example, is the best champion I use in this difficulty, like the lowest difficulty. Why? I don't have to give him my best gear or my best relic, which is more important. I don't mind giving him my best gear because it's one-click switch. There is no cost. I can just give him a Identity Coordinate. That's a 3-star, and he should still be in a good situation. So now anything I build in Hydra is going to be around this guy. So Crowcat, as an example, need to be with, what's his face? Shayak or Shaik. So like, as an example, now I need Shayak, and also I need a reviver. So you go here and you click buff, debuff. Where is other effects and positive effects? Revive. Where is revive? Revive is here. You look into your revivers. What do you have? And probably I'm going to use my Duchess, because I know I use Duchess in lower difficulties. I used to hate using Duchess in higher difficulties because she has slow animation. Now, because of quick battles, that's no longer an issue. So now anything you use is around those 3. So as an example, you need a Provoker. I don't always run a Provoker. I don't care too much to run Provoker, to be honest. So now anything I pick is going to be either around the Provoke or around the block debuffs. So block debuff is still good. Provoke is still good. So it's champions that are willing to make this guy do more damage are always welcomed. As an example, anything you have that has decreased defense and weaken. So you go to the buffs and debuffs. So you go here, decrease defense as an example, plus weaken. I think this is weaken as far as I'm aware. So I have 1, 2, 3. Those are 3. One of those will have to go to a difficulty. And then around that, like, I should boost my damage. Now, like, how you boost your damage is depend on your champions. As an example, I have a champion, his name is Theox, and his A1 literally bring the ally with the highest crit damage to team up with him. So that's a way to do more damage. So this is going to be my team for this difficulty. Now, that's not just it. Okay, you can see I don't have Provoke because I do way too much damage with those 2 that I will blow up the heads before they even take a turn. So usually, like you see this here, you could just replace it with a Provoke champion. You could also replace it with a block debuff champion, but Provoke is more important. But at this level, I don't care because I'm on endgame. So we need to build those guys. So let's go with Shayak. Now, Shayak's passive, when attacked, place Hex. Okay, for 1 turn. Ally attacks targets under Hex debuff placed by this champion deal 20% more damage, which means if you give him a Hex set himself, he will have more chances into landing the Hex, which mean allies will do more damage because he is there. Now, as far as Duchess, as an example, I'm gonna build her in 9 pieces of protection. Why 9 pieces of protection? I will show you right away, because if you go here, allies deal 5% more damage per each buff placed on them by the wearer, and Duchess has 2, 3, 4 buffs. I mean, yes, she has to revive to do this, but You get the point. That's a 20% more damage. Now, who else? I have to build Crocad. So let's go to Crocad. You give him your best gear because, you know, he is the main damage dealer. So what I have is I literally just have my best Merciless plus Zeal. And the Merciless plus Zeal, those 6 pieces, I switch them between my Hydra champion. So when I do the next difficulty, I will literally just give him this gear. Now, as far as Theox, he's also a damage dealer, but you can see because I have already put my best gear on that guy, I can't put it on him. So now I have to use my second best gear. You can see that he actually has more stats. But, you know, because that guy is just the guy who does slightly more damage, so it's going to go to that guy. Now, as far as Mishinaki, if you don't have a good Savage gear on him, you could do something like Instinct. Instinct is a poor man's Savage, you could use that. If you don't have this, you could do 9 pieces Feral, because he has 1, 2, 3, 4 debuffs. That's 20% more damage to your damager. So now this team is built. 1 click. Are we done? Almost done. Is there anything here that's not built? We will see. If it's not built, we're gonna see the numbers. So you can see almost 1 billion damage on hard difficulty. And you can see that Crocad does more damage than Theox. If you want to increase Theox's damage, you can just have to replace... Oh my god, Padraic doesn't have a gear. You know what? Let me just go and check. Padraic. Oh no, he has gear. So okay, I just wasted a quick battle, which is actually not fun. So another champion I'm using here is actually Padraic. The main reason of Padraic is that ally attack, way more to do damage, 1 billion less. So, okay, we have to settle for that. Ally attack, you know, increase attack on everyone with his pat, increase attack on those guys, increase defense here. So he will make sure to boost your damage dealer's damage passively without even needing to hit. Just by taking a turn, he can do it. Now, the second team, we will try to build a Mikage team. So now, building a Mikage team, first you need a Reviver, right? As we agreed on. So you go here, buffs and debuffs. No, a Reviver is better to be a cleanser, by the way. So where is other effect? So, okay, let's put a Mikage. Where is other effect? Other effect, where are you? Okay, it's right there. We go to a Reviver. That's the Reviver, and I actually want to use one specific Reviver, and that Reviver is Elva. Why Elva? One simple reason, because she revives and she cleanses, okay? So she's going to be the leader, and now everything I do on this team is going to help my damage dealer. So I have Toshiro. Now, before you start raging on the comments that you don't have a Toshiro and I shouldn't be doing this team because this is not budget friendly, all I can tell you is there is a video on this channel where I used Ninja, and my Ninja was able to do same damage as Toshiro. Literally, and I mean it, and you can go and watch the video. It's on the channel somewhere, Ninja versus Hydra, something like that, or Ninja versus Crocad, one of those. I was able to do the same amount of damage. How comes? Well, my Ninja is +2. Now, if you don't have Ninja, or you don't have Toshiro, there is a champion that is guaranteed we got a couple days ago, which is Leonardo, okay? Leonardo, if he's 6-star crushing rend, he can get to Ninja's level. Because this ability with, I don't know, yeah, this ability and his A1, they just will ignore 3% of target defense for each buff on this champion up to 15%. So if you have him in Savage, Crushing Rend, Helm Smasher, Cat Gaze, he will ignore 100% of the target's defense, which means all of his abilities, all of his damage will be pure damage almost. So if you don't have Toshiro, just use Leonardo. So now anything I use is just to make him do more damage. So something I do, I use a Krisk and Hex set. If you don't have Krisk and Hex set, if you don't have Krisk, use your Bivold, this guy. Bivold, you can build him in a Hex set, and then he can almost do the same. I remember Bivold has 2 abilities that provoke his A1 and his A2. My next is just going to be a block debuff champion. So we go to debuffs. I need a block debuff champion because I don't want my guy to die all the time. Just gonna use this guy. He's not the best in his class, by the way. Tohanrak is way better. This guy, the fusion, is actually better because he also does help with boosting your damage more, because that shattered debuff is like literally a free poor man savage. That's the thing. There is a champion I got recently. I think she has block debuff. Yeah, she has this. She strip here and she has block debuff, decrease resistance. That's another champion. I don't know what you use. This guy also has block debuff. I haven't built him. I just don't have a way to use him, to be honest. So yeah, this is going to be the second team that we use, which is a Mikage team type of damage. Now, a fusion we recently got a while ago is Mad Hatter. He is one of my favorite fusions of all time, literally simply for his A2, where he places Hex and Weaken, then he brings the ally with the highest damage to attack with him. So these are going to be the champions. Now, anything that has debuffs, ideally you build them in Feral. Anything that has buffs, you build them in protection sets. So we go to Elva and we put her in 9 pieces of protection, because every buff is technically 5% more damage. Keep that in mind. And Elva has more than just 2 buffs. You can see I have perched Shadow on her. This is like more like a faction type of thing. Now, as far as Mikage, I tested her in 9 pieces of protection, and I tested her in Merciless, Zeal. I tested her in Reflex. It was all the same result, to be honest. Like, always same result. Like, literally. Because if she can use her A1, she can just spam more A3s, right? Galek, you can either build him in, again, in Savage, or you can do Feral, or Merciless, or Reflex. All of these are viable, but to be honest, I prefer the 9 pieces Feral. It's just a thing, because it's just one click and switch. Who else? Okay, Mad Hatter. Let's see Mad Hatter. Okay, he's missing a piece. Krisk. Now, because I have Mad Hatter, technically I don't care if Krisk is in Hex or not, but actually doesn't matter, but it's fine to be in Hex. What else you could do? You could do him in 9 pieces of protection as well, because he has a couple of, he has increased defense and increased speed. I mean, increased defense on him, increased speed on everyone, but I would say Phil is kind of better because he has... Oh wait, no, protection is actually better because there is those buffs as well. So ideally, this is what's going to be the team. So let me just do this. Where is the gear? This is the Merciless. See guys, I literally just switch gear from one to another. Now, as far as the relic, because I keep switching and you guys can see that I don't have enough, it's better to run him in Irity Coronate, but I'm not gonna put it because I need to switch this one after I do Chimera, and I don't have enough dust, as you can see. Okay, so that I just switch it when I do Chimera. So for Hydra, I'm not gonna do that, to be honest. So usually he does 1 billion. Okay, he does 1 billion by himself. He's not going to do that because he doesn't have an Irity Coordinate. So let's see, just go and see. Mikage doesn't use her A2. Mad Hatter in Hydra does not use his A3. So I lost around 180 million damage because Toshiro is not an Irity Coordinate. That's expected, but hey, I'd rather just save the dust because I just don't have dust. Now, finally, the team that you guys are all here for, the Titus. How do you build the Titus team? First, you pick Titus. Second, you go to Wixwell. Third, you go to another buff extender. What buff extenders do you use? I use Copper Coin or Uella. Why do I use Copper Coin? Because he has an AUE A1, which means I could use that with a Hex set to benefit from that. Now, when I use those, the fourth one is either another buff extender, you need 3, or you could use Donatello. What does Donatello do? He reset. What is Donnie? Because I love Donatello, man. Like, Donatello is so freaking underrated. So you either use a 3 buff extenders or 2 buff extenders and a reset champion. If you want to do auto, if you want to do manual, you can just use Lemasu, and Lemasu can do her job. Now, the rest is, you need a champion in Veil, you need a Shemel, you need... whatever you need to put in this team. You need a Lydia to make sure that Titus will do more damage. So the team I will be using is going to be like Lydia and Ragash. Why did I choose Ragash? Simply because he's 5-star awakened, and for this team you have to build a champion higher crit damage than Titus. And if I show you my Titus, he's a bit high crit damage. Okay, let me just put his gear. Yeah, we're talking about 400 crit damage, and also... No, those are ignore defense. Okay, cool. If you have a boss slayer, it would be very, very good here, but I don't have it. The reason I have this one is because I switched this one from another champion to this champion. So as far as Ragash, I will literally just try to make him higher crit damage than 400. That's all I need him to be in. So he's 414. That's ideal, okay? Now remember that you need a champion in shield set, okay? So the shield set champion is going to be Lydia. Easy. Just do that. Now, ideally, you want to have Lydia and Feral or Protection, but because this is not how it works, Just gonna put Lydia in a shield set. And now as far as Wixwell, it's gonna be Reflex and Merciless. Something to mention, if you run 3 buff extenders, run the buff extenders in 9 pieces of protection, because technically you have enough to extend. Like you can go for more damage by just having protection. Now as far as Copper Coin, is gonna be in Merciless plus Hex. Something to mention, okay, you need a champion that's higher crit damage than Titus, which is this guy here. That's literally his job. You need a champion in shield set. That's Lydia. And there are 2 champions to extend, and there is Donatello. Now, as far as Donatello, I recommend building him in a protection set. Honestly, protection is just the best on him because he has 2 or 3 buffs. We can check that. No, he is too fast. I need him to be slower. Yeah, I need him to be slower than... Oh my god, that's too fast. Okay, I think this is the slowest. Yeah, I need him to be slower than Wixwell. Okay, how many buffs he has? He has 3 buffs, so that's 15% increase in the damage. Now with Titus teams, you actually don't need the block debuffs, and I will show you why. So here is the reason. 1 second, once we get to Titus. Titus's A2 doesn't care about Poison Cloud. It's something that, because the damage is based off shield and it does some pure damage, it used to be a thing with Cadaver. If there is Poison Cloud or not, it's gonna end up doing the same amount of damage. So yeah, you don't care about block debuffs. The reason I use Lydia is sometimes when I manual, I need that block debuff, so that's the reason we use it. Now let's see how much damage this team does. The highest I've ever seen this team doing was 4.5, because it's so random, because once Titus is eaten, it's done. Okay, see, Titus is eaten, the key is done. The highest, yeah, 4.5 million. This is 2.4. I don't like 2.4. I feel like this team can do way more than just that, to be honest. Okay, we have 3 more attempts. Let's keep going. So I recommend, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's up to how much are you willing to try. Usually people, once it's above 2, you can just keep it. If it's below than 2, I think it's less than ideal. We're getting 2.4, but yeah, it can go up to 4.5. It depends when does the Titus get devoured, eaten, call it whatever you want. And this is like basically the secret, like that's how people do it. Oh my god, I clicked on keep. I was planning to do 4. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna do that. So we're talking about, wait, 6? There is no way I only did 6. Oh wait, this is, okay, the nightmare key still hasn't counted, because we did 2 on the nightmare, the hard. We did almost 3, that's 5. And then there is 10. So it's supposed to be around 17 or 18. Oh my god. What I actually did is, oh my god. I think my clan will make fun of me for ages. I don't know, but oh my god. Okay, I used 2 keys on Brutal instead of using my key on Nightmare. So this is going to be one of those weeks where I just don't want to look. But yeah, hopefully these teams were actually helpful for you. Now I'm just gonna go and show you the guides. I mean, we showed the guides, like if there is anything, any masteries as an example that you guys should be aware of. This is for as far as Donatello. I use this because I use him in Arena 2. Ragash, I used to use him as an Arena nuker back in the days before Stone Skin era. Stone Skin was a thing, but it was only a thing on nukers because you just build your supports fast. This is my Titus, my Lydia. My Wixwell, I actually don't go for offense tree because he needs lots of stats and I need him to get all the required stats in the world. I have Heart on him. I have Brimstone on him. Why do I have Brimstone? It's literally for a Chimera usage. As far as Mikage, also War Master. As far as Toshiro, Helm Smasher. Galek, Helm Smasher, because I used to use him as a nuker in faction. Not anymore, I guess. Mad Hatter, Krisk, Elva, going for the, going for what's that thing called, timely intervention, like to get more turn meter, because I want that thing to like, I want it to get as much turn meter as possible. And as far as Theox, also going for the Helm Smasher, same for Crocat. So yeah, thanks so much everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video was helpful. If it was helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I will catch you on the next video.